Well, this Saturday marks 1 year since Norfolk Southern's train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. That derailment caused people not only to evacuate their homes, but of course worry about their health and leave behind. There was a whole mess that is actually still being cleaned up to this day.
And our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp spoke with Department of Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg on the year anniversary of the crash. Rachel, what did the secretary have to say to you?
Good evening, Mike and Eva. Secretary Buttigieg tells me the DOT and other federal agencies have done a lot of work since that derailment, but he also adds there still is a lot more work that could be done. Almost 1 year after the Norfolk Southern train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio and Darlington Township, Pennsylvania, the cleanup continues. In the weeks and months that followed, those that lived in the areas were worried that the hazardous chemicals from the derailed train could hurt their health and delay getting back to a normal life. After the wreck, the NTSB opened an investigation and congressional members pressed Norfolk Southern officials.
I'm terribly sorry for the impact this derailment has had on the folks of that community.
And changes were made at the federal level.
We're going to keep pushing industry to do the right thing.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says right after the derailment, his department rolled out every measure possible.
That's included focused inspections, tens of thousands of freight cars that have been inspected, tens of thousands of miles of track. We've also been investing to make America's railroad tracks better. We put more than $1 billion into improving and sometimes eliminating railroad crossings around the country to enhance safety. We put out safety advisories. We've done technical work.
But Secretary Buttigieg says there's only so much they can do.
Continue to urge Congress to pass the Bipartisan Railway Safety Act. It's been almost a year. And for all of the things that we've done as a department, all of the things that we've pressed industry to do, all of the things that the community has done to respond to this, Congress still has to do its part. They should not let America get to the 1 year mark without taking action. We're going to use our powers to require industry to do the right thing where we can. That's how the EPA, for example, under Michael Regan, has been able to require Norfolk Southern to pay the cost of the cleanup and the mess that was made by their accident. But we could do so much more with help from Congress. That's why we're pushing so hard on getting that legislation done.
That legislation the Secretary is referring to is co-sponsored by both of Pennsylvania Senators John Fetterman and Bob Casey. Now, in that legislation, it aims to help enhance safety measures for trains carrying hazardous materials, also increases fines for wrongdoing committed by rail carriers, and much, much more in that legislation. But so far, Mike and Eva, that legislation has not moved out of the Senate yet. Back to you.